So I'm going to go over what you're doing for Friday. Obviously, you're going to start off with your bell ringer. That's going to be the same as it was for the past couple of days. However, I really wanted to talk about this assignment section. So if you click here for your cheat sheet, it should pop up this page. So on this page, since we've learned all the rules that we're going to be learning for the section before we're going to have our quiz, because we do have a quiz early next week, I have everything laid out for you so you have a one-pager cheat sheet. So you can refer back to this. You can actually use this first page on your test. So whenever we have a test over exponential rules, we can use this paper. And so it lists them out: product rule, quotient rule, zero exponent rule, so on and so forth. So what you're going to do is look at the question that I give you and kind of match it up with the examples that we have down here. And so you're figuring out which one it is, and then it actually tells you exactly what to do. So we're multiplying two bases that are the same, just like how this example shows here. You're going to rewrite that base. So they had a base of x, so they rewrote that x. And then they add the exponents. And so the exponents are m and n. So they did m plus n. You can see a numerical example down here. We had our base of 2. They kept 2. And then the exponents were 4 and 2. 4 plus 2 is 6. So our final answer is 2 to the 6th power. So there's a bunch of rules written out, and so it's just a quick one-pager for you to look back at. Down here is exponents practice. And so I've got 38 different problems for you to practice and go through to try them out and see if you get the correct answer. All the answers are actually listed right down here. And so if you went through and you solved number 1, you should get 192. So this is going to be a good way to practice your exponent rules to see if you get them correct. Let's say that you do a bunch of these and you get the wrong answers because you double checked yourself. Make sure you email me and we can set up a Zoom so I can go over these with you so you've got a better understanding. The second one here is your actual homework. So once you click that, it should pop open this question. This is actually what we did in class today. So you have 14 problems today to solve. What I would do is have these two pages pulled up next to each other. So you can actually throw this one over there and then have this one up on the side. And so when you're looking at this, we can see that this first one is going to be the product rule because it kind of matches up with the format of this first problem. So I know that I'm going to be adding my exponent. Let me get my pen out and we'll do this first one together. So I know that we're going to be adding exponents. So that equals 7 as my base to the negative second. We do not like negative exponents. We want to get rid of that negative exponent. So we learned yesterday that we can flip it to the other side of the fraction. So when I flip that to the other side, I get 1 over 7 to the positive second, because that gets rid of it. From there, we just have to simplify. And so my numerator is already simplified as far as I can get it as a 1. And then my denominator is 7 to the second. I know 7 to the second is going to be 49. And so my final answer for number 1 is 1 over 49. So if I scroll down, number 1 was 1 over 49. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to circle or highlight 1 over 49's letter. At the very end, this should spell, I think it's 3 different words. So there are 2 words at the top that it's going to spell and 1 longer word at the bottom that it's going to spell. And it's going to actually solve this riddle. What happened when the tree saw the ghost? I'm going to do one more problem with you. So let me get out my pen again. I'm going to do number 9 with you. So for number 9, I am simplifying the expression only using positive exponents. So I can see that there's some negative exponents here. What I'm going to do is put that over 1. Anytime I see a negative exponent, I know that that has to go to the other side of my fraction because it's negative. And then if I move it to the other side, it's going to turn into a positive. So since that is a negative 2, I move 3 to the second to the bottom, and that gets rid of the negative 2. So I'm just left with 3 to the second. A to the 4th, 4 is a positive exponent, which means that it stays in place. So I've got a to the 4th up top. So my final answer is close to that. We're going to simplify that denominator. I forgot to do that. So we've got a to the 4th up top. I can't simplify it because it is just a variable, so we don't know what that variable is yet. But I can do 3 to the second. 3 to the second is 9 because it's 3 times 3. So I've got a to the 4th over 9. Again, find that down there, and it is a to the 4th over 9. It's that one right there. So again, you're going to circle that or highlight it, and that's going to be part of that third word that we had. These ones obviously get a little bit more key. So I'm going to start you off on one of those problems, but I'm not going to finish it for you. So let me get my pen back out, get rid of the highlighter. So let's do number 11. So number 11 says b to the 4th over 5 to the negative second and b to the 8th. So the first thing that I notice is I have a negative exponent. So that means that I just have to move it to the top. And that gets rid of the negative on the exponent. So I'm going to have 5 to the second times b to the 4th in my numerator. And then I still have that b to the 8th in the denominator, 8. So this got simplified a little bit, but it's not simplified all the way. I'm left with a b on top and a b on bottom. So I know that I can simplify that just a little bit further. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to think about that expanded out. If I had 8 b's on bottom and 4 b's on top, I would sit there and cross them out. And so if I did that, I would be left with no more b's up top because I would cross them all out. And I would be left with 4 on the bottom because I started off with 8 and I crossed off 4. So I've got b to the 4th in my denominator left over. And then in my numerator, I'm going to have 5 to the second. I'm going to simplify that real quick because I'm running out of room. So 5 to the second is 25. So we've got 25 over b to the 4th. Sorry, I solved that for you all the way. You just got lucky. I got in the zone. So let's look for that down here. We've got 25 over b to the second, which is going to be that v. Or b to the 4th, sorry, not b to the second. Let's see. B to the 4th, that's that t down there. So again, we found it, we're circling it, and that's part of our third word in the bottom. If you've got any questions over this, I know it's going to be a challenge. These are pretty difficult problems. There's not too many of them, but they are a little bit longer to do. So if you've got any questions, please just email me. I am more than happy to help you out to figure out this worksheet. I've got 3 of them done for you. So you have 11 left.